Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room, and on today's video I'm making an anime quilt. This quilt is for my coworker Andrew's daughter, and I already made his younger daughter Olivia her shark quilt for her birthday. And now, I mean, if he gets one daughter something, he kind of has to get the other daughter the same thing, or not the same thing, but her quilt as well. So she's a huge fan of this anime called Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. It's not something I really understand, but she likes it, so she should be able to have her quilt of it. And it's made out of eBay t-shirts. I bought this on eBay, and I do like the art. I like the art of the show, and obviously I accepted this challenge because I am up for the challenge. This family is moving away soon. They might even be gone already by the time the video comes out, so I want her to be able to take this with her. I mean, if I don't finish it in time, I can always mail it, but I would rather her to be able to take it with her. And where she's moving to, I'm not gonna say where they're going because I don't like to say like personal information, but I can tell you that where they're going, it does get very cold, so she's gonna need this quilt. Okay? So I've made loads of t-shirt quilts on the channel before. You pretty much know the drill, I think. We're gonna iron on our iron-on interfacing. Where is it? This is the iron-on interfacing. There's always comments asking me what kind it is, and in all honesty, I don't have the label, but you can use whatever kind you want. I prefer a thin one because I want the quilt to be drapier. I don't want the quilt to be half interfacing. So I do prefer a thin one. My recommendation is go to the fabric store or go wherever they sell this and feel them. Feel how stretchy it is. I mean, it's okay for it to have a little bit of give like this does. This way, it doesn't stretch this way. It's gonna be better ironed onto your t-shirts. So that's that. Let me iron this on. This might be a little bit less t-shirts than what I normally have. Actually, maybe not. I don't even know. I mean, she's a small girl. She's, I think, 14. So she's gonna need a huge quilt. But we can fill in the empty space if there's any empty space and make it look good, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get started. Throughout my quilting career, I have been very hot and cold when it comes to using interfacing. On one hand, I don't really like having to use it. It's an extra step and an extra expense. And then also the seam allowances, it adds so much bulk. And that's another reason to choose a thin one. But on the other hand, with t-shirt, jersey, or any fabric that stretches, the interfacing is going to be your best bet for making sure the seams are straight and perfect and everything lines up. And that's why I use it. If I'm making a quilt with t-shirts that someone else is going to use, I definitely use interfacing to make sure it turns out perfect. In last week's video, I made a backing out of t-shirt jersey and I did not interface it. And it worked okay, but the lines were not straight. And that didn't bother me because it was just a scrap quilt. I was just trying to use up scraps. If I would have wanted to be more careful and conscientious, I might have been able to make everything line up straight without the interfacing, or I would just use interfacing like I am now.
So let's talk about my design wall. This is my design wall, and the structure of it is made of 1-inch thick pieces of styrofoam that I got at the hardware store. I have no idea what the original purpose of the styrofoam was meant to be, but they sell it at Lowe's, and you can also use foam insulation board. And then I fastened it to the wall with those command strips, which are kind of like Velcro.
All right, I guess that's good. 3 rows. We're gonna fill in the empty space. That's the name of the game. Fill in the empty space. So let's do it.
And then I put cotton batting on top of that with spray adhesive. The quilt blocks just stick to it. I have no idea how, but everything just sticks. Once they get bigger and heavier, then they start to fall off, or like the t-shirt blocks can be heavy, so they fall off. So that's why there's foam behind, because you can stick pins in it and pin the blocks on. You definitely don't need a design wall. I quilted for years without one, and I used the floor, or you can use a bed or a large table, or you don't have to layer blocks out at all. You can just keep them in small piles and sew them together. But it's definitely handy to have, especially for doing improv. I'm going to put a link to a video below that I watched when I was learning about design walls. It's by Lisa Capon, and she goes into all the details about different options for design walls. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. I bring new quilt videos every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
I don't like the plaid that I chose. I'm gonna have to change it out for this one. I think this one's gonna be better. For sure. This is also gonna be the back, by the way. It's gonna be backing.
Alright, so this is the final result, and you're going to be able to see Sophia's reaction in a minute, but I'm so glad that she liked it, and I wish their family well in their new town. And that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel, and please come again.